In the vast domain of philosophy, one name shines as a profound thinker who dared to question traditional beliefs and probe the deepest layers of human existence: Søren Kierkegaard. Born in 1813 in Copenhagen, Denmark, Kierkegaard was immersed in philosophical thought from an early age. His father, a man of deep introspection and spiritual reflection, frequently engaged in philosophical dialogues and readings. These early influences sparked Kierkegaard's intellectual curiosity and laid the foundation for his lifelong philosophical journey. As a young man, Kierkegaard enrolled at the University of Copenhagen to study philosophy and theology. Yet, he quickly grew disillusioned with the academic approach he encountered. The works he studied felt detached from the real, lived experience of being human. They seemed to lack the depth, immediacy, and authenticity he yearned for. This dissatisfaction would steer Kierkegaard toward an entirely new direction in philosophy, one rooted not in abstract theorizing, but in the concrete reality of human existence. Among Kierkegaard's most influential contributions to philosophy is his exploration of angst, or existential anxiety. In his seminal work, The Concept of Anxiety, Kierkegaard delves into this unique human experience, offering profound insights into the nature of our existence and the inner turmoil it can provoke. For Kierkegaard, angst is not to be mistaken for clinical anxiety as understood by modern psychology or medicine. Rather, angst represents a spiritual and existential condition, a deep response to the fundamental uncertainties of life and the unknown future that stretches before us. He invites us to confront the raw reality of our existence. From the moment we are born, we are thrown into a world that is unpredictable, complex, and filled with endless possibilities. As we navigate life, we face situations, decisions, and dilemmas that stir within us an unsettling sense of unease. This unease arises from our awareness of freedom, from the knowledge that we are responsible for shaping our own lives within an uncertain and ever-changing world. To Kierkegaard, angst is not merely a psychological sensation, it is a profound philosophical question. It urges us to examine the very core of our being and to face the inherent mysteries of life, the inevitability of death, the unknown trajectory of our future, and the paradoxes embedded in human nature itself. He believed that angst is born from our unique capacity for self-awareness. This self-consciousness allows us to reflect on our choices, our identities, and our place in the world. And with this awareness comes a tension, a pull between our desire for certainty and the reality that life offers no guarantees. We crave stability and clarity, yet we are constantly confronted with ambiguity and change. Kierkegaard's perspective reveals a deep connection between anxiety, freedom, and the pursuit of a meaningful existence. He famously declared that anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. In this simple phrase, he captured a profound truth, that anxiety is the cost of being free, of having the power and burden to make choices. Every moment presents us with options. We are free to act, to choose, and to direct the course of our lives. But this freedom is accompanied by an overwhelming sense of responsibility. We alone bear the consequences of our choices. This awareness can generate a profound anxiety that lingers beneath our daily decisions. Kierkegaard understood that modern life often intensifies this anxiety. We are bombarded with countless choices, inundated with information, and expected to shape coherent, meaningful lives out of the chaos. The pressure to choose wisely, to pick the right path, can be crippling. Despite how uncomfortable anxiety can be, Kierkegaard did not view it as something to be eradicated. He believed it was a crucial part of human existence, a powerful experience that, if properly understood, could lead to profound growth and transformation. The way we respond to our anxiety and the decisions we make in its presence are what ultimately determine the quality and depth of our lives. To help us navigate this inner struggle, Kierkegaard introduced the concept of passion as a transformative force. He believed that anxiety, when confronted and channeled, could become a source of strength, a catalyst for self-realization, authenticity, and fulfillment. Passion, for Kierkegaard, was not limited to romantic love or fleeting emotion. It was the deep, burning commitment to something that matters to us, be it love, creativity, personal development, vocation, or belief. It is through passionate engagement that we find meaning and purpose in our lives. But for Kierkegaard, not just any passion would do. He emphasized the need for subjective truth, truth that resonates with the individual in a deeply personal and authentic way. Subjective truth is not concerned with external validation or objective proof. It is the truth that we feel in the very fiber of our being. He wrote, "The crucial thing is to find a truth, which is truth for me, to find the idea for which I am willing to live and die." This statement lies at the heart of Kierkegaard's philosophy. It speaks to the existential task of discovering our personal truth, our calling, and dedicating ourselves to it, no matter how unconventional it may be. Such truth requires a bold departure from objective certainty. It asks us to move beyond societal expectations, beyond formulas and facts, and instead plunge into the depths of our inner world to uncover what truly matters to us. Finding subjective truth demands a leap of faith, an existential trust in the value and authenticity of our inner convictions. This leap is not rational. It cannot be justified by evidence or logic. It is emotional. It is spiritual. It is existential. It requires us to embrace uncertainty, to walk into the unknown without a map, and to stay true to ourselves, even when external approval is absent. Anxiety, with its power to disorient and disturb, can paralyze us. It can trap us in cycles of indecision, erode our confidence, and cause us to delay or avoid the very actions that would bring us closer to self-fulfillment. When left unchallenged, anxiety can lead to despair and a sense of fragmentation. Kierkegaard warned that when we surrender to anxiety, when we allow it to dictate our actions or inaction, we lose touch with our potential. We give up our agency. We become spectators in our own lives. But he also believed in the power of confrontation. To grow, we must face our anxiety. We must acknowledge it, sit with it, and act in spite of it. Only by doing so do we reclaim our freedom and rediscover the strength to shape our own destinies. Anxiety, though painful, becomes a guide. It shows us where we are stuck and where we must grow. It illuminates the path forward, even if it is uncertain or difficult. At the core of Kierkegaard's work is the belief that selfhood is formed in the crucible of anxiety. The path to self-realization is not easy. It demands courage, faith, and an unwavering commitment to authenticity. To live fully, we must resist the allure of conformity. We must turn away from the distractions that numb us and face the discomfort of existence with honesty and resolve. Society often pressures us to fit in, to follow norms, and suppress individuality. But Kierkegaard insisted that true meaning lies in resisting this pull. We must reject the shallow comfort of fitting in and instead embrace our unique perspectives, dreams, and passions. He warned that giving in to conformity robs us of agency and stunts our growth. It prevents us from becoming who we are meant to be. Likewise, Kierkegaard saw escapism and distraction as major barriers to selfhood. Whether through mindless entertainment addictions or endless busyness, we often seek to avoid the very anxiety that holds the key to our transformation. To grow, we must look inward. We must reflect deeply on our desires, fears, and motivations. This introspection allows us to discover our authentic selves. Kierkegaard encouraged us to spend time in solitude and silence, carving out moments to reflect, to contemplate, and to reconnect with what matters most. Through this inner journey, we gain clarity and direction. We discover the unique gifts we possess and the truths that compel us to act. And so, we return to the central theme, The significance of anxiety in the human experience. Anxiety is not a curse to be avoided. It is a call, a summons to examine ourselves, embrace our freedom, and live with passion and authenticity. In Kierkegaard's eyes, the person who dares to face anxiety and live boldly through it is the person who truly lives.